Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. How are you? I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
I'm doing well, thank you.
So I think we should go without the intro. Everyone know
Yes,
you.
yes, of course. Yeah.
Yes. So we have the topic. It's about the sport, and so I have the few questions regardless of the sport. Because when we talk about the sport, there's a multiple things. It help us not just in shaping our personality, but also somewhere related with our health. So let's talk on that.
Mhm.
So tell me, what is the importance of the health? I mean sport
Sports.
and yes, right. So give me your thoughts about that.
Yeah, nice topic, I must say. To be very honest, I don't know much thing about sports because I'm not really into that. But the thing which I can really correlate, which I'm going to share with you, the thing is, sports or games, you can say it plays a very like essential part in our life. And the person who is becoming the part of such sports, let's say games, any games, let's say football, cricket, or any, so somewhere they are getting the holistic development, overall development of their health, like internally and outwardly as well. And somewhere I can say, it just reduce your anxiety, stress, because you take the interest, it excites you, it interests you. That is why you are into that. In some specific sports you are playing and you want to play, you are very fond of playing any so-called game. So it plays a very huge role in our lives. And yes, in today's sedentary lifestyle, one must indulge in any kind of games. Specifically, if I tell you, like outdoor games, and there could be another thing, and I can say another form of game, which is it's kind of workout. You can say like walking, and there are so many like going to the park, and there are so many I can say the swings and the different kind of swings you can say. So you can also use those things, you do those, meaning like commodity and stuff, and then you can utilize them, and that's how you can enhance your whole personality, because somewhere it's just um, I can say subsiding your all the stress. You feel very energetic, the kind of agility you start feeling once you are indulging in any kind of sports. So it's really important in today's scenario. And if I tell you, in the schools, many, like, not, I would not say just affluent schools, big schools, or top notch schools are providing this. Like medium school also, they are doing their best to provide such kind of sports to the students, so that they they get the maximum benefit of this. And they are providing some kind of extra curriculum activities, so that children get to know about the activities, and they become very fond of becoming the part of those so-called games. So somewhere it's really important and plays a very pivotal role in like in, I think, in every individual's life. It's not about just kids, children, students, it's about, I think, everyone, adults as well. And there are so many like sports which are being played in our country,
That,
like specifically if I tell you, like cricket, hockey, so many. And there are numerous advancement and benefits of playing games and becoming the part of sports. On the other hand, one thing I would like to add, which is, once the kid or the student is involved in the games and he's doing best, he's kind of brilliant in any specific game, so he can like go further, go ahead, and like play on, like, let's say state level. And not his just enhancing his whole personality. On the other hand, he's getting some reward in the form of money. So somewhere it just encourage the student, and he can also go ahead, and he can think of going ahead to play on like national level. So it's I think it's really interesting, intriguing,
that,
I can say. Yeah.
true. Yes, and you mentioned about the school, like when we have the sport in our school educational curriculum, so it play, I think, a very huge role. Like for example, in school, in my own school also, so we had the kabaddi, and sometimes badmintons, sprint, like running. So we used to, the in my own school hold the sprints and kabaddi, even the cricket also. so we get the prize. So I mean, when these things if we develop in our personality, so somewhere it's not about that we will just do the study and we will get the jobs like that. We also create a, I mean, the immense and very, we can say, very bounding our
Mm-hmm.
career in the, I mean the sport also, like in the cricket also and kabaddi
Mm-hmm.
and more, I think not just that, as I'm the healthy person, it will also keep us, I mean, like, very healthy and very productive whatever we do. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to ask you one thing, like nowadays, although I'm not so big, like I'm so elder, but what I feel that the level, the kind of infrastructure which we need, in for that sport in a school, even the college also, that's not so sufficient and not so viable. So what do you think that we generally prefer that we have to just go for the government jobs, I mean the private sector, but in the rural areas, I mean there's nothing like the, so you can say the habit and so enthusiastic for the sports. They think that because of you can say the facilities which they need really, government is
Mm-hmm.
not providing. Look at the government sector. I mean the government school. It's like the, you can say nothing is there. But yes,
Mm-hmm.
compared to the, I mean the private sector. So what do you think that that what are the reasons why the students from the school level and from the college level, why they are not so enthusiastic to involve into the sport activities?
I would say that it starts from the nascent stage, like from the
Right.
starting, from the beginning. If the student is really interested in, playing any kind of games, and he's involved, he's indulged in that. And sometimes I think it's inherent. It's their instinct that they are really fond of playing games. So I can say it varies person to person. And you said rightly, in like government sector, meaning in government schools, sometimes there is inadequacies of these kind of
Right.
sports and the things, and we need to pay more
Yeah,
amount of
equipment.
money for that. Yeah. And the same thing I think goes with the private school as well. They somewhere they just usurp the money, right?
Yes.
And the written form is like, this is the activity, this activity, that activity, like with this. Anyhow, they are usurping the same thing. They are not doing different thing. But it's quite like top-notch school and the university, I can say. So they are doing it on a large scale, I can say. But yeah,
Yes.
it really matters that on the particular person's interest,
That,
kids
yes.
interest, like if he is really interested. And yes, there's a backside of the same scenario. Like if the parents are really interested to send their child in any kind of activities, like in any sports. So it also depends on that, like how much they are enthusiastic to send their child and to get their child enrolled in such kind of activities, and kind of support, mental support as well, I would say.
Correct.
That's really like that moment needed. So it
Yes, true.
depends. It depends that one must need the kind of support from the parents and from the school as well, like the sports teachers and everything, and the kind of scenario and the ambience really matters that moment. Meaning everything, the mixturity of everything that really matters. It's not about only one aspect. Every facets matter here.
Yes, sir. And you raise very important point that I mean for the sport we should keep the focus on the nascent, very outset. That's very
Mm-hmm.
important because what happened that when the any, I mean the kids, when he or she think about for the sports, so parents say that just keep the focus on your study, like that mindset they have. They think
Mm-hmm.
that if you are going for the sport, so it's there is nothing like the career. But look at the now,
Yeah.
most of the, I mean, the sportmen from every perspective, walk of the life, like from the kabaddi to cricket to we can say the sprint also. So we have that kind of fear in the rural area. I don't know about the urban area. What is I mean there is the picture, but yes, there is. But what I feel that government also need to increase the youth, that there is a
Mm-hmm.
career and you can go there. In my own village, there are 3 to 4 person. They were very good at the sprint and even the kabaddi also. Even they won the medals at the district level. But after
Mm-hmm.
that, they couldn't go further because of the facilities, because they come from very humble background. So yes, I really think
Yeah.
that if there is a like the government support and somewhere, I mean societal support which we really need, because in the
Mm-hmm.
what happened in the village, that you think that you will go for the for the sport. So they think that that person, that boy, and the girls are destroying his or her career
Yeah,
because in the sport
exactly.
they don't have any meaning. And so we
Mm-hmm.
should also come out from that. I mean, very, you can say,
Orthodox,
very dismal. Yes,
orthodox,
very dismal.
kind
Yes,
of.
that is the, yes, right, right. Okay, like what I feel that just about the career from health point of view, because I also do the sprint in the morning. I feel a lot
Mhm.
of the positive bias and lot of the, you can say, the awakening things. Like when you run, I mean when you do the running, you get
Mhm.
energy, different
Yeah,
energy. Yes, and whole day become very positive and very productive, and we don't feel
yeah,
like that lethargic and we are dull like that. And so how it
yeah.
affect, I mean, the common person. So tell me, like so what should the action, I mean, taken by the government, should be taken by the government at the, if you have any idea regardless of that.
How can I say? But the thing is, yeah, government also doing something. Government is not sitting idle and not doing anything. I think government has made some kind of laws and concession. I don't have much knowledge about that. Yeah, for I think reserved casteism. I don't know
Yeah.
much knowledge about that. Maybe
Yes, that
this might be
you
the
are saying
reason.
that.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
somewhere it is quite true. And apart from this, I don't have any much clue about that.
Yes. Okay. I have your point. When I was in my, yes, you mentioned about the casteism. When I was my college, I mean 2 year back, so we had a sprint. We call the running for the. I mean, just what there was state. I mean the district level. One. I mean there was the, we call the. I'm not recounting the exact part of that.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a procession like that. So I saw that the, I mean, the college professor, they were discriminating. They think that this student is their affectionate student, so they will the
Mm-hmm.
pick up that. So that is also discrimination.
Yeah.
Because you think that this student is lovable for them, so you will select for that. My one friend, he also that crossed that limit for the running, so he was out of that. So he was saying that that you are looking at them, how they are discriminating. I said, okay, they are whatever they are doing, but later on he was also selected. So I also observed, and I noticed them that in the, I mean, the college level, they make the discrimination. They think that if there is any student who is very affectionate
Mm-hmm.
for them, so they will select for
Mm-hmm.
that. I think we should also come out from that mindset. We should give
Yeah,
the
exactly.
chance to the person that is eligible and that is capable, whatever he or she
Mm-hmm.
is doing. So
Yeah.
not many kind of like what we call the people do the, they become like stooge. We call like in the Hindi chaplus, that kind of the students are there in the school and the college. So we should come out from that mindset that that person is stooging with us, so we will prefer to that. That is, I think, the
Yeah.
reason what I feel
Mm-hmm.
in the college.
Yeah, and it's quite deplorable when if
Yes,
somebody is like doing such kind of, like prejudice, I can say it's not really
yes,
right because somewhere it's just sucking your whole energy, your esteem, everything. So I think this
yes,
is
correct.
not the right way. Yeah.
Correct. So have you taken any part in the sport activities ever in your school and the college life?
Never ever. That is why I was saying that I don't have any really clue. I was clueless, even though I was like, I can just try my level best, the things whichever you are going to ask. So I'm totally like ready for that.
Yes,
Like yeah.
I took once, but that was very disaster. I mean, like the incidents for me, we were playing the cricket, so one ball came to hit me. I mean, so I was, from that day it has been, I was just class 8, so I left,
Okay.
totally because of that. And now even whenever the crickets, I mean, that we call the competition, and they
Mm-hmm.
held. I mean, even now also, I always try to make the distance out of that, because the ball, when it hit you, you can't imagine the kind of pain you get. So yes, I did
Yeah.
that. But yes, I
Yeah,
think
and
I don't
it
think.
will take time to heal as well. The kind of wound and the bruise you are getting because of such hit. So it will take time
Yes,
to heal. Yeah.
yes, I think that is the reason, because when we are playing the cricket, so we should have, I think, the full equipment which we really need, as
Mm-hmm.
the, I mean, the girls have
Exactly.
state level. but we were just in the school, so we didn't have that much, that kind of the equipment, so we hit.
Yeah.
And that was very disaster. Even my very near to my village there was one,
Mm-hmm.
the wall, so he was died because of that wall hit her, chest
Okay.
like that. So he died.
Okay.
So from
Okay.
that experience, that was disaster. And even that time also, the wall hit me. So
Mm-hmm.
I always tries to keep away from this thing, but I have developed one hobby, that is the playing badminton and sprint also. I do the sprint.
Okay.
Yes. So I
Great.
think we don't, yes, we don't have there. So many points. Whatever we have,